Okay. It's game time.
It most certainly is. And let's see whether NIP are going to try and do anything differently to what they tried to do against Hellraisers. And so far, it definitely is. They're sending 4 people to tunnels. This is definitely not what we saw them do against Hellraisers. Whilst Delpan, the Lone Ranger, at the top of mid, has to be careful, of course, because the CTs might try and flank him from long.
Okay, so a very slow pistol round indeed. Looks like it's going to be a mid to B though. And Get Right just popping out before that smoke executed. So Happy has the information there. He is going to be on his favoured red box in CT spawn trying to get the frag. Doesn't get the first one. And this is a huge round for Envy. Exist trying to even things up, but he's still against 3. Is he going to try and get the bomb down? Oh, he's not going to commit to it. Gets another frag. Exist! Ooh. Almost going huge there, but not quite. Let's note NBK didn't get touched there, so he gets a helmet for $350 as opposed to 1,000. So that's going to be fantastic for his economy. Shock's going to be rolling with only a 5-7, so I expect we'll see a AWP on him later on.
Yep, no surprise there. We know how good Shoxy is with the AWP, even back from his CS Source days. But here we go, a 3-man stack from the Ninjas, making their way towards mid. Whilst I think we saw them try and execute actually ex-LDLC or current MV strat, where they threw the smokes all onto the A-bomb site, planted for short, tried to pick up some weapons and play from there, but...
Let's just note that, sorry to interrupt you, Kai Knight, but we've got 4 players with armor here. They've gone for the force buy from Nit, apart from Delpan, who's still sitting on $1,500. Kishima tries to put an early stop to that B push, and he stops half of it there from B slope. Nip are in control of the site, and Freiburg's going to try and get the bomb plant down while Get Right holds the angle, and indeed he will. So now it's a retake, but look at the HP on Hiroshima.
Yeah, and that's the important thing for NIP. Now that they've gotten the bomb down, it means they'll be able to buy up from this 3rd round. Freiburg with the Tech 9, drops 1. Get Right now has to fall back. He's only on 41 points of health, but he knows exactly where the bomb's spotted. Get Right, oh, Get Right with the Rec 9. Down goes NBK.
Oh, look at that. Get Right's really throwing it to them there. That really pisses Get Right off when Envy shoot the bodies. And I think it was Exist who was tweeting Envy last week and saying, oh, are you guys still doing that? And now Get Right's like, shove it!
Revenge.
Up your Japsai. Right. I think I got a bit excited there, Kyle.
You scared me.
Alright, so Delpan is onto the AWP already.
All eyes on short, where there are 3 Envy players. So this could pay off for Delpan. But Ninjas in Pyjamas taking their time because they know that Team Envy most likely will have stacked somewhere or are going to go very aggressive with these pistols. Delpan missing a shot. There it is, onto MBK. And Ninjas in Pyjamas know that it is a short and mid stack here coming from the French team.
Okay, so it's a good start so far in this anti-eco round. Freiburg going down, but not the end of the world here. Only 2 players remaining to be eliminated. Smiths is holding mid with 16 HP, so I'm not sure how much he will be able to do in the remainder of this round. Has picked up a Galil, however.
The fact that he's got armor as well.
Yeah, well, I think it's worth him saving.
Exactly.
They've both got armor, both got rifles, so I think the save should come in here from Envy. And they're spreading out as well, so in case one of them goes down, the other one has a better chance of survival. And if someone does fall, they have the information as to where some of the T's are and how many as well. So we'll see who finds some action first, if at all.
They're quite spread out here, but they've both got sort of a crossfire going on tunnels from different angles. And NIP really don't have enough time to go and challenge them. And the score will be 2-1 in favour of Ninjas in Pyjamas. Let's bear in mind that they played Hellraisers earlier on this very same map, and they lost. So they are currently in the lead, but one has to wonder whether it's early days to jump to any conclusions, and of course it is. Because Envy, we know the damage that they can do.
No tag through the doors there from Delpan. Got a 3-man push, as we commonly see here from Envy, onto the long area. Now, this is a mixed bag here. Got a jumble sail by from Team EnVy. You've got Shox playing AWP and no armor whatsoever. Happy playing P250 and no armor. 3 rifles, 2 pistols here for EnVy. They do not want NIP to get any confidence. They don't want them to get any momentum. You see GeT_RiGhT just holding an angle on the door. He's trying to hold a kind of angle where the CT will come out and peek to his left before his right. Again, that's a place where you commonly see flanks come in. And speaking of flanks, NBK going for the flank straight away, but there are no Ts anywhere near him. Exists with 2 entry frags. The in-game leader entry fragging onto the B bomb site here. And now there's a dilemma for EnVy. Do they go for a save here? It seems like Nipper expecting it. Freiberg getting a frag onto short and GeT_RiGhT. Really, he's gone back. He was holding this angle, then he started to go down to bottom mid, but he's gone back up to upper mid because he knows that EnVy are already in a position where they can't even go for a push and have to go for a save. He will try to eliminate them. Shox trying to save the AWP on the A slope at the moment, and he does have Exist, who has been really fragging all evening. He's been putting in huge frags for his team. So NBK almost going for the knife there. Delpan in an awkward situation where he may even lose the AWP. Indeed he will. We're going to see double AWPs in the next round here for EnVy.
We most certainly are, and it looked for a second that when both Delpan and GeT_RiGhT were going to push out along, you would have put money on them 2 versus 1 in NBK, but GeT_RiGhT pushed out by himself. Delpan found himself with the big heavy green weapon, which of course isn't very versatile, and NBK managed to take out the 2 of them. But here we go, the double AWP setup. Smiths going for that early pick at mid, but failing to really make it count.
That was a really bad end of round for Ninjas in Pyjamas. Like, that was super bad. They lost so much weaponry there. They gave EnVy double AWPs. EnVy love double AWPs. We know all about EnVy and their double AWPs. However, Freiberg is going bananas on the A bomb sites at the moment, and Nip are also in control of long, meaning that this round is already over here for EnVy. So despite being given all that free weaponry in the previous round, Ninjas in Pyjamas with a very strong showing, and this is a stark difference to the start we saw in the previous Dust 2 of tonight. So, you know, this team, it's still early days here, but they seem to be gelling better than they were with the very first game, which is unsurprising, completely unsurprising. Freiberg, they're just all sharp as a butcher's pencil right now, and Kiyashima with 4 HP looks unlikely to save this AWP.
But that's the thing, maybe they were trying out new things against Hellraisers. Maybe they genuinely not really played much as a 5 before, and they've gone back and in that quick 15-20 minute break they had and taken a quick look at the demo, sort of discussed it with each other, analysed where they feel they went wrong on both the T and CT side of Dust 2. And based on what we're seeing so far, James, they've definitely corrected some of the problems that they encountered, because they're 4-1 up.
Worth noting that they did not pick up that second AWP that was on the floor in B tunnel. There could be a number of reasons for that. Number 1, they don't want to play double AWP right now. Or number 2, because they know that EnVy are going to be on the eco and they want to have 4 AKs rather than 3 AKs and 2 AWPs, because things start to go wrong a little bit, then that could put them in a very difficult situation during this anti-eco round. You can see Kiyashima and Smith looking to have a double assault on any assailants, and they've completely vacated the B bomb site to have that position, which again is reasonable because it's very unlikely that Ninjas in Pyjamas are going to be charging into the B bomb site right now.
Yeah, and if they do it, they're going to do it from more than 1 choke point, which means they're probably going to split B to B ramp as well, should they decide to go towards a B bomb site. And as things currently stand, definitely looks like that's what they're going to try and do. Freiberg's going to go and try and wreak havoc and act as a distraction on the A bomb site as that Molotov goes in. Forrest to be the first man to try and find a French head to drop. It's going to be Kiyashima, the first line of resistance for them to try and nullify. Kiyashima with 1 down he goes, thanks to Delpan's P250, and Delpan makes it a double.
Okay, Delpan has been fragging pretty hard for his team here, and he is just shooting these guys down like fish in a barrel with a Negev. Doing very well so far is Delpan for the Ninjas. And this is their second best of 3, so coming in hot now versus EnVy, coming in a bit cold, relatively speaking, following that 3-mapper versus Hellraisers that they just came up short on.
We haven't really seen too many battles at mid just yet. Smith's taking the peek as he normally does, and Delpan's expecting it. You notice how he peeked behind the wall.
Yeah, finally someone ready to try and avoid Smith's flash AWP, and he's legged him as well and gets the follow-up there. So, hello, Smith's finally has a challenge on his hands with the AWPing duels on Dust 2.
Yeah, well, Delpan definitely didn't show this form here on D-Dust 2 up against Hellraisers, but my word, has he been superb so far. Happy, as always, holding mid, gets one, gets two, but he's not going to make it a hat-trick of frags as Ninjas in Pyjamas pull out and decide where to go from here.
Okay, so Envy spread across the map now, so you have to say advantage Ninjas in Pyjamas, but you can hear Delpan running in the tunnel. That sound cue will be heard by the player on the site, but he is flashed at the moment. That is going to be Kiyashima. Can he get the frag here? He needs to hold. He takes down Delpan. Forrest gets a trade. Bomb is on the floor though. 40 seconds remaining as the two CT players start to charge over towards the B bomb site. You see Get Right trying to get an early pick, trying to put things in their favor through the window, but didn't manage to get it working. There is a crossfire situation here for Nip. Forrest doesn't manage to take down Shoxy, who somehow went in the door, came back out again, and Shoxy will get the follow-up while NBK runs distraction. So, round Envy, they bring it to a 3-round deficit versus Ninjas in Pyjamas. But you have to say this is really going well for the Swedish side so far, and much better than the first map of Dust 2 today. Double AWPs picked up here for the French side.
Can't help but feel, though, that NIP still shouldn't have lost that. Particularly when they had planted in the B bomb site and the smoke had been put out in front of the double doors.
It was actually crazy that Shoxy managed to come in the door, peek with the AWP, miss the shot, and go back out of the door without dying.
Just Shoxy things. That's why he's so good. He manages to pull out the bag strange things like that. But here we go. Delpan with the AWP, whilst Envy playing with the double AWP setup. Delpan doing a bit of team damage there onto Exist backside, but he's still hanging in there with 72 points of health. And as far as this CT setup is now concerned from Envy, they've changed it around a little bit. Instead of having Happy in CT spawn, and well, yeah, the second I say that, it goes towards CT spawn. They've got, well, they had two people playing long nice and early,
yeah,
and now they've got two people in B.
As DDK mentioned on a recent previous stream, they will go back and look at the mid area at certain timings when they can expect the T's to start to poke and prod. Exactly. Now, I like the fact that Delpan will take a shot if he sees it. Doesn't matter if his teammate's in the way. We saw in a previous map he took out an opponent and shot one of his teammates in the head as well. But hey, if he gets the frag, then great. So, he's hungry for these frags, and he is going to be trying to get an opening onto A long. But Shoxy, sorry, not Shoxy, it is going to be NBK holding from pit as per usual. He's going to try and get himself some time as the rotation's coming in from his teammate as well. And he's just going to try and make, you can see he's playing close to the wall, try and force the T's to come out and expose themselves as much as possible, but Shoxy's going to go down as well. Now it's all down to Smiths versus 5. Nobody has fallen yet for NIP, and he starts the fragging there, but he's going to try and save. The hunt is already on. You can see there's Forrest and Freiberg looking for him, jumping down from short. Now let's see how many people Shoxy can catch. There's a second one onto Freiberg. We saw Nip lose loads of players last time they tried to hunt, and they're going to try and hunt Smith, so he's got 2 already. Can he make it 3 or even 4?
Might be able to. They're not. Well, I doubt they'll be expecting him in this position. There's one more coming, misses the shot, and well, when you miss an AWP shot like that against a player of Forest quality, he will punish you. And I think what happened at long there, MBK was really relying on Shoxy to put his running shoes on and create the crossfire after he threw that flash. But Shoxy was a bit too slow because I think it was Freiberg who was pushing short as well. And Ninjas in Pyjamas ran up long, put their name on the A bomb site, and it looks like Envy are going to lose a mid-battle yet again.
Shoxy hungry for those frags. He's the only person with any proper firepower on his team. Took 3, maybe 4 shots there, missed all of them, and will escape with 2 HP. So might be an idea to throw that over to Smith, but he is on mid at the moment. Nades coming in. Now Smith's down to 30 HP. So pretty standard anti-eco round so far. Ninjas in Pyjamas just cutting these players down one by one. So no one dead for their team yet. Exists on 70 HP, but other than that, no damage taken from the Swedish side. So they're not going to be too concerned. 2 of the final 3 players holding short, while Shoxy is going to start no, not Shoxy, sorry. It is NBK starting a potential flank in the long area.
Envy would love to pick up at least one of these ninjas in pyjamas AK-47s, and with Happy pushing short, he might be able to catch the Nip player here at mid with his pants down, and he will do. The AK has been picked up, but Happy does find himself only on 20 points of health. So most likely now, the bomb will go down, NIP will escort themselves out the bomb site. Meanwhile, Envy will try and save whatever of these weapons that they have, but NBK might go and try and hunt another AK, and in fact he might do, because I think he knows that Get Right. No, he doesn't, as a matter of fact, so he might just sit outside of double doors and try and catch a NIP player.
It's amazing that Shoxy will save this AWP after going down to 2 HP
exactly.
so early on in this round, but save it he will, almost definitely. There is someone heading over to the A site, but I doubt there's going to be an engagement there. So this is looking fantastic for Nip. Very good start to this madness. Happy will fall, but at least they've got the AWP.
Yep, the AWP save, that's the important thing. And Envy, unfortunately, money's still not looking too good. The CT side is very, very expensive. It's a lot more expensive than the T side because of how much more expensive the 2 M4 variants are, of course. And here we have it again. The mid battle, which Delpan has won so far. It's going to be Delpan versus Shoxy, but both get to see each other this round.
That's a nice sneaky angle there from Suicide by Delpan, looking onto short for a potential push. And again, we can see the second eco round coming out here for the Envy side. Shoxy back with 100 HP, got a second wind with this AWP. We've got the boost coming in here from the French side. Ooh, not managing to get a connection there, and with that timing, Get Right will start the proceedings on long. They've got control of long now with 2 players. They can try and get control of short and force the issue maybe in to have some fun. Delpan with a beautiful shot onto Kirishima, and now the AWP has gone down with a grenade from Ninja's Pyjamas onto Shoxy. So Happy with an AK to save versus 3. Now we may be less likely to see a chase here, as 2 of the Nip players, well, 2 of them had AWPs, but one of them has indeed picked up an AK. Happy will get finished off, and that will be another round in the bag. So I don't think this is the start that anybody was expecting.
Definitely not.
But again, something we said before the beginning of the first match was the fact that Ninja Pyjamas have a different lineup means, I mean, yes, it's a person who plays an AWP, but it's not that simple. They have different styles, etc. I mean, we've seen the way Delpan's beating Smiths in mid at the moment, and that's something that's hard to prepare for, especially at such short notice. So it works both ways. Delpan getting another pick onto B this time. Such a tiny angle on the left of that box, but he finds it, and Smiths falls again.
Yeah, exactly. This battle between Delpan and Smiths is probably 3-0 to Delpan so far, or something along those lines every time they've come face to face. But Kirishima still in the B bomb site, drops Freiburg, takes him by surprise, and he will peek again and drop his second Nip player.
The bomb is now in control of Team Envy. This is a very important fact, as Nip are going to have to expose themselves at some point to try and get back control of it. Get Right gets a trade frag as Delpan falls to Shoxy. So, 2 versus 2 here. Potential flank situation coming in from Forest, but he's rotating away as Get Right takes down Kirishima. All of a sudden, 2v1. 50 seconds on the clock as well. Nip have lots of time on the clock to play with, but I don't know if they know where Get Right is. He's just holding an angle here. Meanwhile, Forest is looking around, which you can see, obviously, they do not know where NBK is. How much patience does this man have? He finds Get Right, gets the frag, pops the flash as well. His location is no-no. This is going to come down to one duel between both of these players.
Yeah, they know that the NIP players had to pick up that bomb before proceeding. A great position from NBK. And Get Right actually had his eyes on him, but NBK's reactions were just too damn fast for Get Right, leaving it 8-3 now in favour of Ninjas in Pyjamas. And again, NIP had a tough time up against Hellraisers on this very same map, but they look like a totally different team.
NBK is doing 500 deathmatch frags every day at the moment. You can see how it pays off in situations like that. Let's just look at the economy though for Envy. Kirishima does not have any armor at the moment. They have a ropey buy, and the money's not fantastic on a Ninjas in Pyjamas side either, despite a 5-round lead. So that's good as far as a viewer is concerned. So it means that we are in for an exciting match. So again, Ninjas in Pyjamas still with a strong lead in the first half. Team Envy, they chose to start on the CT side, but they are being exploited by Ninjas in Pyjamas at the moment. That said, they have a 2-man advantage in this current round. Make that a 3 as Happy takes down a Freiberg trying to jump into CT to throw off the CTs. Sorry, the Ts.
And congratulations to Smiths finally winning the battle up against Delpan, and ironically Delpan had an AWP and Smiths had a FAMAS, but get right, last man standing has someone to his left, and that someone was Happy, but
did you see that epic spray down from Happy? He killed him and then let out about at least 12 more bullets, so it's like taste of your own medicine. That said, it is still NIP in the lead here, and we're going to have the force up here. Not sure if there's a rifle for Freiberg to pick up. Indeed there is. They've got reasonable amounts of nades at the moment. Get right has been going quite aggressive in a long area. Smiths finally gets revenge on Delpan. Could he get a second frag as well? He gets a tag there. Finds exist in lower as well. Almost gets the third one. Looks away just before he could have got that. Happy with the trade. So Ninjas in Pyjamas getting annihilated this round. Finally, Envy taking control and taking it quickly, showing why they are the most feared side on the CT of Dust 2. Now it's Freiberg's turn to have a peek into mid, and he will find Shoxy on short. 1 versus 3. Does have the bomb. Minute on the clock, but look at the positions from the CTs here. NBK up close and personal towards the long area. Kishima coming in with a flank, and Happy holding down short, looking over the box. I'm not even sure if Freiberg can find him. Freiberg can find him indeed, but will Kishima shoot him in the back? Indeed he will. That round was absolutely crazy, but Envy closing the gap now.
they most certainly are, and finally starting to feel like Envy of old. Of course, we know about the rivalry between these two. They played against each other in the recent DreamHack Winter Finals, and they played against each other in America a few weeks ago. And Envy won both times by narrow margins, and as this game currently stands, Ninjas in Pyjamas are currently in the lead, but again by narrow margins, with the main change being Delpan in for Makaleli.
Okay, so out come the NIP team, the ecoing team. They've got a flash there onto NVK, but he still gets the first frag. Can he get the second one? He's got support. The cavalry have come in just in time. Forrest, last one standing, Happy looking to finish him off with the pistol. They've only lost one player. They will not be complaining at that, especially considering the numbers on the long area. So, Envy bringing it back now. 2-round deficit. Last round looking for 7-6 here versus NIP, who started off with a big lead, but it is being closed down 1 round at a time. Double AWPs now coming out for NIP. Delpan and Forrest looking to cause some havoc here on the T side.
Delpan and Forrest, both eyes on double doors. Not really going to see much. Smiths knows better than to peek them. And in fact, talking of the devil, Smiths pushing upper tunnels. See you later exist. And there we have it. Envy have cleared the upper tunnels area. They're going to now leave one person in B and rotate back round to mid to prevent the mid to B push. And then maybe send an extra man towards A. But Nip have read them like an open book. And they're going to say, right, if you're going to push tunnels first, we're going to revenge the kill onto exist. And regroup together and maybe even push tunnels or push mid to B together, because we know what you're trying to do here.
The sheer paranoia of such a fast frag from the CTs wastes so much time for the Ts having to clear out the B halls and make sure that the flank is still not there. So they have a lot less time to work with now, as they are all on short. This could be all in here in the final round for the Terror side. Delpan trying to get an opening frag. Looking at Goose. Let's see where Forrest, he is much further advanced there with the op, getting that smoke down as well. But Happy's going to be the one to take the first frag and the second one on Freiberg.
And there's a double from Happy. Shoxy comes in, Kiyashima as well. 8-7 the score. And I'll tell you what, I was not expecting Envy to bring it back, but fair play to them. They played really well. They adapted to suit the way NIP were playing, and NIP only 1 round up, and it's still anybody's game, and this next upcoming pistol could be huge.
Indeed, you can see the frags are well spread out on the French side. Looking over to Nip, you can see Freiberg a little bit ahead of his teammates there. He's got 13, Forrest with 6. It is now their turn to play the CT side. We'll see if they can hold these bomb sites better than Envy did at the beginning of that half. So maybe the team's having a quick chat. I'm sure the NIP side are going to just discuss how they're going to use Delpan and what they expect from him again, very short notice addition to the Swedish side, so it's going to be, communication is definitely going to be more difficult than it would be with a player who's been on their side since, say, Katowice, for example. So let's have a look and see how this is going to happen. Last time we saw Delpan going over to A, and indeed he's going to be boosting up a teammate for an early peek onto short. 2 people challenging in mid here for the NIP side. And they've got 1 person per bomb site, and then Get Right holding short. This is interesting.
Yeah, Get Right. All eyes on lower tunnels just to prevent them from potentially getting mid control. And here they go. 3 terrorists now making their way towards lower tunnels. They've definitely spotted Get Right, and MBK will chop his head off, utilizing that Glock very, very well as Delpan spots someone on short. Now they know that they've given Envy control of mid, but despite that, the bomb and the mass majority of the Envy players are in upper tunnels.
You can see Delpan charge straight down to long to try and hold it for a potential retake there, but as you said, the bomb is going towards B. I do wonder if we're going to see a Titan-esque boost above the smoke. I don't think we are. Not today, at least. Alright, so Freiburg with the first frag has a crossfire coming in, and the bomb site has been lost for the French. 4 versus 3 now, as they are trying to even up the numbers. Potential flank coming in. Indeed, the flank is coming in here from Happy. Doesn't get the frag, though. 3 versus 2 now. Numbers back in advantage of the CTs. Smiths and NBK to hold versus 3.
That looked like a phenomenal shot. 180 spin from Forest, and the bomb site has been cleared, and Delpan rallies the troops to defuse the bomb. And did you see that shot from Forest? It looked like a 180 spin back onto Happy. How does he do it?
A quick note about this area. Up these stairs, you can hold the window and see people's heads as they come in. So you can see that angle was being held. However, it was to no avail as the CT side won the round. Now we're seeing the scout come in for Delpan. He's going to be going over to long, it seems, after boosting a teammate up short in the previous round. And we have some fast presence into the tunnel area from 3 of the Ts. Bomb being taken down mid as well. See, those mid doors have been smoked, and Happy just keeping an eye on long, making sure nobody comes in to wreck the opposing team. Kishima bouncing that nade off the wall just in case someone's playing close door that would do damage to them, but there's nobody there. There's a fast push coming up B slope onto B as 1 person will get taken out in the tunnel, and the site is in control of the Ts now. And we do have Happy trying to kill a rotation here. Gets a kill and exists, runs out of bullets. Can he reload in time? He can! He takes down Delpan as well. That is a colossal failure from the NIP side. Get Right is the only person surviving. 4 people from Team Envy are alive right now. What a perfectly executed eco round from them.
Yeah, and it was going back to basics for Team Envy. Throw the CT smoke down and rush up together with the Rec 9s towards a B bomb site. And I think there was even one point where Freiburg was looking towards tunnels, yet all the terrorists actually made their way into the B bomb site, and now they're trying to hunt Get Right down, but it's not going to matter because Team Envy are going to win their eco round. And let's see what that's going to do to the NIP finances. Well, it's completely destroyed them.
Good thing is, though, that Get Right at the end there took a lot of rifles out of the Envy side that they had picked up from those CTs, which makes things a little bit better, makes them have to dig into their own pockets. You can see the force buy coming out from Nip once again. And looking at the money, it's completely ruined for both sides, with the exception of Smith, who's just ready and waiting to pick up an AWP later on, and sooner rather than later. So this is a key round for both teams, and that's going to be... that could have been a lot worse for Envy, but they managed to take control of the site once again. 2 players remaining here for NIP. Exist is the only one now, with Armor and a FAMAS to try and save versus 3. And he goes flying like something out of Swan Lake into a face-down position into CT spawn. So, 9-9 now, and the war is real between these 2 teams. This is game 1 and a best of 3 between Envy and Ninjas in Pyjamas.
Well, again, NIP are pretty much broke. They've only spent $1,200 so far, or at least that's their equipment value, because of course they are still stuck on 3 USPs. And really, Team Envy should have this round in the bag, and that nade's going to deal a heck of a load of damage onto 2 NIP players, and those players with Delpan and Get Right.
Okay, so this should be a pretty much a standard anti-eco here by the NV side. NIP, though, getting a frag onto Happy, and that will be an AK in the hands of Exist. So you can see Shoxy already positioning to hunt some of these players. Forest getting taken down. Only 2 players remaining, and they haven't even planted a bomb yet, and they are looking. Look at that. They're all just exiting the site, looking for that final AK.
Yeah, they know that Exist picked it up because MBK will have called it. Not MBK, sorry, Happy will have called it. But the question at hand is, can he hide from 4 angry Frenchmen who are looking to try and hunt him down? Exist knows that there's at least someone in CT spawn, based off that Molotov. With the bomb ticking, that is buying time for them. Now they definitely know where he is, but at least if he dies, he won't go down without a fight. Kiyoshima, first of Exist casualties to be dropped. There's the headshot onto Smiths. And even though Ninjas in Pyjamas are going to lose the round, Exist, well, he died, but he died in style. He dealt a lot of damage to Envy, and resultantly has cost them a lot of money.
NBK has been playing COD recently. So tweet him and tell him that you're not impressed and to stop being a traitor. Thank you very much. So double AWPs coming out here for Envy. We've got Smiths in, of course, mid, and Happy's going to be rolling with it rather than Shoxy, and he is also holding an angle from short as well. That nade could be a good one. Indeed it is. Exist down to 63 HP, and Get Right peeking short and eliminating. They're all falling like flies. All of a sudden there are 2 Envy players left. NIP showing that they will not be dictated to. They can show aggression as well. You're not the only people who can run up and shoot people in the face. So Delpan is the only person with an AWP for the Ninjas side. This round started with 3 AWPs in play. Now there are 2. Smiths and Delpan. You can see Smiths on the glowing X-ray there. Now he's holding an angle towards short, so we may see a meeting of the minds here. Get Right though, starting to move to a more passive position. And there, Smiths has been taken down. Now it's all down to Kiyoshima.
I got scared there when I saw VAC in the chat.
Shaken back.
Fortunately, it's only an authentication error, and he will be back soon, so it wouldn't surprise me if we see a pause, but yeah, there's the pause. For a second then, I thought it was another Emilio scenario, but James, tell us about these lovely skins that we're giving away.
Yes, why not? This is the perfect time to do so. Again, while we wait for that place to reconnect, guys, make sure you hit follow on the channel. Hopefully we can hit 350k today. If we do, then this will be raffled off to one of our lovely viewers. This is open to everyone. Apparently we have 5,000 to go. I think it's entirely doable that we give this away today. I want to give it away to one of you guys. No sub required. This will be given away. This will be open to everybody in the chat and to our lovely, loyal, dedicated Zealot subs. One of you will win this AK-47 Fire Serpent today. So while we have a bit of time waiting for this reconnect to happen, let's have a look and see who is doing what on the server at the moment. Again, the frags on the NIP side reasonably spread out. And these little musical symbols seem to be getting more and more popular. Here are 3 of the 4 permanent NIP players are rocking them, but that is quite irrelevant for the time being. So 16, 16, 15 Exist, Freiberg and Get Right doing work. Again, we saw Delpan. He was leading the charge for the NIP side on Inferno in the previous map. Not doing too shabby by any means here. It's great to see it's 10-10 at the moment, all to play for. Kiyoshima and NBK leading the way for the players that are on the server, at least here, for Team Envy.
Shoxy perhaps not up to his normal standards, but goes to show that he isn't Jesus, he is human.
Well, it's all reasonable at the moment. You know, it's the score is completely tied up, so I'm not too concerned at present. But look at the cash. Look at the cash for both sides as well. I mean, this could go either way. Now, it seems that this VAC authentication error may take a few minutes, guys, to resolve. So while we wait for them to fix that issue, we are going to go to a quick break. And right, opting for the M4A4, extra bullets. Going for more aggressive play there. Wants to kill as many people as possible. Looking at the money on Team Envy, I think we will see an eco from them unless they go for some crazy force buy. But there we go.
Can't help but admire the skins that Delpan has.
You know, Markelov has a Dragon Law, but he doesn't use it. And that makes me that grinds my gears. I'm
Ask
jealous.
him if you can borrow it.
I told people to tweet
And
Markelov and
don't
say
give it
give it to James, but yeah, he didn't He didn't listen to them, so never mind.
Oh.
So, it is an eco round for Envy after all. We've got a Tech 9 train coming out. Happy just saving and going for his Glock. So, it looks like the Tech 9 train may be going towards... Oh my... What? That is massive. Shoxy. We've seen him charging up mid. Now he's charging down mid and taking down Delpan straight away. So it seems like they had NIP's number on that occasion. The Glock train the Tech 9 train continues. Shoxy, oh, does he find a dome? He doesn't just yet. Flank coming in from Forest. There is still somebody in suicide. Forest will take him out. That's going to be happy. The A site is in control. This is very, very dangerous indeed for NIP. They've got control of the A site. They've got an AWP as well. Shoxy looking for the jump. He's expecting the jump. He sees it. Doesn't manage to take Freiburg. Goes for a snapshot onto Forest, but it won't go his way. 1v1 now. Smiths and no armor versus Forest. Doesn't find a frag, but look how much damage has been done. This is a colossal round with only 4 Tech 9s. Envy have ruined NIP.
Most certainly have, and I felt like Envy were really in a position to plant for long and put Shoxy in pit, but they didn't want to take that risk. And unfortunately, even playing it safe like that didn't work out for him. Great retake from Forest and Freiburg. Forest, of course, getting 4 kills that round. And let's see what Envy can now do with these weapons.
Okay, so Delpan going for the timing shot after getting flashed, but won't be challenged immediately. It is going to be Happy in that long area, causing some havoc, trying to make somebody sad. And in the meantime, we've got Exist. He's going to be holding down the mid area as the T's start poking and prodding. We've seen that flash in the first match of today, and we're seeing it again now. Exist was in danger of going down there, but he's avoided Smith for the time being. You can see Envy, they want the frag though. They're not smoking it off. They want to get that frag. They want to take him out. You can see the damage that Happy does in that position where he jumps on top of the red box. So they want to eliminate the player holding there. And Shoxy going to peek again, and this time he gets the trade there. Avenges Smiths. So nothing for Delpan to do for the time being, as all the action seems to be heading over towards the B bomb site. The flank is coming in from top mid though.
Yeah, Get Right will realise this. He'll call it. He'll definitely realise it now, because Happy has made Get Right very, very sad by taking him out. As Freiburg now holds at the back of the bomb site, jumps up at the wrong time. And this bomb site now is going to be a French one, leaving the new recruit, or the new trialist at least, in Delpan to try and save the round, to try and salvage something from it. And the only thing he's going to salvage from it is that AWP.
Yeah, if that. We'll see if the hunt starts here for Delpan. He did tag Happy through that box, and you can see the T's, 2 of them vacating the area already. Kishima just double checking, but he will make haste as well. Actually, he will just stay there just in case. Doesn't want to throw a round away for the sake of a frag, so he'll just keep a close eye on the bomb from that tunnel area, as the other 2 players will go over to top mid. So, AWP for both sides going into the next round. 11-11. This is the first game of a best of 3. If you are just joining us, Nip lost to Hellraisers 2-1 in the first best of 3. This is the second best of 3 of the evening. We will have one more after that. But for now, it is 11-11. Envy versus Nip. Nothing separating these 2 teams. Double AWP and a force buy coming out for Ninjas in Pyjamas here. Forest with that second AWP for the Swedish seed team.
Yep, so double AWP setup coming out from the Ninjas in Pyjamas, but Freiburg and Get Right very, very low here on cash. With only 5-7s, and Freiburg has opted to go for the defuse kit for the B bomb site. Get Right taking a risk, and it's not a risk that'll pay off for him. Happy nailing him in the head. As you'd really expect on paper Team Envy to win this one, but then again, we saw a few rounds ago when Team Envy won an all Tech 9 round. So in Counter-Strike, you never know what will happen.
You can see Delpan, he's aiming low because he's expecting a crouch peek. If someone tries to peek him with a AWP, they're going to probably crouch peek, so he's aiming for the crouch peek. If he was aiming for the chest, then he may miss completely, so that is a small tidbit as to why he has his crosshair in that position. And he is going to be trying to hold down short at the same time. He does have a player in pit, sorry, not pit, but up there, that's Exist, and you can see he gets taken out. Delpan misses the first shot, manages to finish him off with a pistol though. 2 versus 4. Forest in a tight situation here, and that's a very nice peek from Kiyashima. That will be Delpan once again the last man standing to try and save. Maybe more difficult now as he's got more opponents after him than he did in the previous round. So the flank is going to come in from long at some point. Takes down Smiths in CT though.
Yeah, little does he know, Shoxy's coming for him. Shoxy hunts him down, and he's most likely, yep, there it is. He's picked up that beautiful Dragon Lore in NIP. Very, very low on money here. We're going to see most likely an eco come out from them, and unless they can replicate what their opponents did a few rounds ago in winning an eco round, it is going to put Team EnVyUs in the lead in this game so far.
Forest gets tagged. They are on eco. As you can see there, I'm not sure if they bought a single pistol. I think there's a P2000. Yeah, P2000 on Freiburg and Get Right, so nothing spent at all by the Ninjas in Pyjamas side here. They don't really have the cash for it. You never want to go below below $2,000 on an eco unless you are going for a proper force buy.
Try and track down Delpan in CT spawn. Does so successfully. Get Right. Fortunately, though, for the Ninjas in Pyjamas, manages to get a frag. Picks up that Fire Serpent AK-47. And now he knows that it's 4 versus 1. He probably knows as well that Shox and Happy are on very, very low HP. And let's take note of this cool boost being utilized from Get Right. It is a position that we haven't seen used too often, and he might be able to use it to his advantage up against these players. MBK might not expect him to be all the way up that far, but no, MBK nonetheless still gets the frag. And Team Envy 2 rounds up now. Ninjas in Pyjamas, they've got to win this one to potentially prevent Team Envy from making it 14-11 and then sticking the game at match point, because NIP will most likely eco it and play for the 15 or for overtime. So let's see what NIP can pull out the bag.
13th round is an important one for both sides, but NIP are only 2 rounds behind. However, Shox showing why he's who he is with a very super fast frag there, with an aggressive push straight onto the long area. Happy with a follow-up second. And with those 2 players in control of long, Envy have a lot of options in their arsenal. You can see they're boosting Delpan up to try and get a peek, potentially onto platform, potentially to try and hold short, because in this situation you normally expect the push to come into short, but Envy are leaving the unknowns unknown for NIP at the moment. Not pushing short just yet, keeping their options open. In fact, we have NBK loitering into the B bomb side. He had the right angle at first, then jumped into the wrong one, and Forest took him down. Now NIP have to wonder where exactly the bomb is. The bomb is peeking towards the B bomb site, so they may get an idea. Now the bomb is in control of NIP as they turn it into a 3 versus 2.
Yeah, superb play from Forest. Quick rotation coming in from Freiburg. Now Team Envy are left in a bit of a pickle because they've got to pick up this bomb. But one thing worth noting is this flank coming in from Happy. But now Delpan 1 step ahead, and to add insult to injury, AWPs him in the face. Let's see what Shox can do from here. That's one of the things he can do with a crisp headshot onto Forest. Double from Shox, leaving it a 1 versus 1, but with only just around 10 seconds to get this bomb down.
Okay, let's see if he can do it. He has 6 HP. Delpan is going to walk through the smoke and find the frag, so he's gone the safe route as opposed to trying to challenge potentially a fake. That was a fantastic round by Ninjas in Pyjamas. The fact that Envy tried to second guess them. They got control of long. In that situation, you expect them to try and push short as well and go for the 2-pronged assault. And NIP rotated, expecting that themselves. You saw them boost Delpan up, had a quick peek long, then went to try and hold down short. Somehow, with Forest taking down NBK on the B bomb site, they managed to get enough bodies in there to A, keep hold of the site, and B, get control of the bomb as well, which was a fatal mistake there for Envy, and it keeps NIP in this match. They've gone for the buy again. It's a limited buy. They've got 2 FAMASs, no helmet on Freiburg or Forest, limited nades as well, but they're still in this match.
Most certainly are. I guess you can argue that the helmets won't make too much of a difference up against AK-47s. It's something that we've seen quite often actually utilised by CTs when they know that their opponents are most likely going to be using those Kalashnikovs. There's the smoke going out from Get Right. It's Get Right and Exist holding long, but it does look like, in fact, the Envy players have wandered straight onto this A-bomb site off short. Who was watching it? Freiburg most certainly wasn't, and now the A-bomb site is in the hands of Envy.
This is a huge round here for the French side, but they need to hold. The AWP is down. That's pretty important. And look at that. Shox is playing out of his mind. This is maximum Shox we're seeing right now. He's just destroying everybody on the map. Forest is the only one remaining here. trying to save for dear life, but look, already, every time Nip have been trying to save in recent rounds, Envy have already been spread out over the map. Look at this net closing in on Forest. This is almost the same position he has when he took down NBK. He hasn't fragged any of them yet. He does get taken down. All the Envy members survive. They find themselves 2 rounds away from victory here in map 1 of this best of 3.
There we have it. Money is extremely tight coming out from NIP, and they're most likely going to have to give up match point here. Get right, the man opting to go for the scout buy. In fact, no, they are going to buy armor. They're going to try and prevent it. James, and what do you think? Right decision or wrong decision? An interesting team.
I think things are just too dire here for NIP. They have to make something work here. They have to.
Well, they've opted not to go too aggressive. They know that there's quite a few angry French terrorists in upper tunnels, but Smith is in fact only on 15 points of health. So maybe if someone can flank round, maybe if Get Right can push long and avoid Happy is waiting outside for him, I believe it is, he might be able to get his hands on that weapon. A bit of GoTV lag as NIP slowly but surely mass rotate round towards the A-bomb site. Freiburg flanking from lower tunnels, drops shot. Smiths again, still on very, very low HP, and you never know, this might be doable for Ninjas in Pyjamas, particularly with Forest here on form.
3 versus 3, Forest gets the bomb down, makes it 2-1-2, but it will be Delpan versus the remainder. What remains of NV? He can one-shot Kirishima here, but Kirishima ducks and gets the frag, makes it game point. Again, this is currently 0-0, but NV look good to take this to 16 and the first map with it, as limited by is the name of the game here for NIP for the 2nd round in a row. 3 scouts coming out, LDLC style. But Smith gets the first frag, double AWPs for the T side as well. And this does not look very hopeful, as Delpan gets shot in the face through the door as well. Only 2 pistols remaining here for NIP. They've put up a valiant effort, but it looks like this round is going to get closed out along with the game here for the French side. It
most certainly does, unless Get Right and Forest, the legendary duo, manage to pull something out the bag. Shoxy's lurking, he's looking for frags, and he's going to get one onto Forest. And Get Right, 1 versus 5, not going to happen. Then James, I told you, Envy would win, didn't I?
I suppose you did, Mr. Knight. So, after a very good map 1 here,